Dave Rubin of the Rubin Report was recently on Piers Morgan of Piers Morgan Uncensored. He was on with a panel of people, Cenk Uygur being one of them, Konstantin Kisin, another one, and many other good name people. I'm not saying that Cenk Uygur is a good name person, but anyway, Cenk was the only Democrat that I saw on X, that is, at first, after Charlie was brutally gunned down and killed by the likes of 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. That has been confirmed by the media. He was the only one to say violence is not the answer, that sort of stuff. He's horrified by it and not celebrate like many, many others did. It's truly horrific what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, Dave Rubin, as I have done many, many times, have called to attention the lies from people like the Democrats, the radicals, you name it. And one of those radicals is on the show. I said it in the first video that I made. Cenk is partly responsible for hate-filled violence because on his show, he says that Israel are demons. And guess what Dave Rubin does? Dave Rubin reads out Cenk Uygur's very own titles of his videos. Now, the titles of videos, you name it, I get it. The algorithm, they're like rage bait, clickbait, all that stuff. It's to try and get the algorithm to do its thing and boost the videos out. But the content makes a huge difference. The content matters. And Cenk's content, along with Anna Kasparian on the Young Turks, has been one to spark a massive flame, not in the favor of conservative commentators, I'll have you know. And that is quite concerning. You have a lot of people, deranged people, I'll have you know, that watch the Young Turks. Lots of people that are for the pro-Palestinian stuff and they hate Israel. So what do you think is going to happen with vulnerable minds? And I've said this a number of times and I'll keep saying it. We have got to be very, very careful. Douglas Murray points it out very, very well. And I think the ones that are spewing all of this actual hate are starting to wake up and realize, oh, maybe we need to do a change of tune, a change of heart, because maybe we are responsible in part for radicalizing young people that don't have their frontal lobe developed yet. Maybe we are responsible. We have a duty of care to water things the right way, not to sow division. Now, I will call out people that lie. Doesn't mean that I'm hateful or whatever else. I'll call to attention the truth. These people don't. They think they're telling the truth, but they're doing anything but that. I don't wish harm to come to anyone, and I've said that a number of times, but there's a massive difference with the radical left or just radicals in general, and we've got to be very, very careful. So I like what Dave Rubin does here. He literally humiliates Cenk on air, on Piers Morgan, came with receipts. Watch this first clip.
To me, that everyone agrees that Donald Trump is not Hitler and his supporters are not Nazis. So with that in mind, I'd like to read some other headlines. These are video titles from Cenk's channel. And if in the spirit of reconciliation, maybe he wants to delete these things. Trump cuts anti-Nazi program. Trump spreading Nazi propaganda. Nazis encouraged by Trump's Charlottesville response. Trump defends Nazis, very fine people. That is the biggest political hoax ever. Trump retweets a neo-Nazi again. Trump disappoints neo-Nazi supporters. So these things don't come out of nowhere. I only blame one person at the end of the day for these murders, which is the crazy person who does the murders. But pretending that what is wildly asymmetrical, I think I have laid that out with evidence here, pretending that it's symmetrical is deeply, deeply dangerous. Piers, you know this because we've discussed it on my show. Even on your show, you have found it way more difficult to find rational, decent people on the left who will explain themselves thoughtfully and calmly and everything else, while the panoply of people you get on the right who shouldn't even be on the right, I would say certainly someone like me, I don't know exactly where Batya considers herself, but people with a variance of political opinions that now broadly are part of the MAGA thing is because of what I just read you, the endless hysteria of the left that has ginned up people to do crazy things. It's not to say you can't say the worst things. You want to say the worst things? Donald Trump's a Nazi. It's so tough to say. You want to say that? Go ahead and say it. It falls on the person who pulls the trigger. But if we're all sitting here saying, yeah, it's not true that Donald Trump's a Nazi and it's not true that his supporters are Nazis and he's not Hitler and all of those things, well, then before you get to reconciliation, a little bit of a mea culpa by some of us might be valuable.
Cenk?
Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is disgusting. So this guy pretending to do conciliation,
You're
and
right.
I was going to be conciliatory towards Dave if I spoke first, but apparently that's not what he's doing at all. So what he's trying to do is get people angry in a misleading way against me. Are you trying to get
those your
people to be
titles?
violent?
Are those the titles
this
of your
is
videos?
disgusting.
No.
So no.
that's-
Let me explain.
no.
Let me explain.
Those are your titles,
No,
buddy.
let me explain. You're asking me a goddamn question, so let me explain while you're trying to get people to do violence
really
against
creating my
me.
point
You're
perfectly.
disgusting. So those are 80% of those
I just
titles.
said-
I've never called Trump a Nazi, and those titles were about neo-Nazi reactions. So what do you want us to do? Not tell you
very fine
what's
people.
actually
Did that
happening?
happen?
And
Did
so
Donald-
look,
Did Donald Trump side with neo-Nazis?
Yes, he
the
did
very
say
fine
that.
people incident
So-
in Charlottesville?
So
Piers, how about you handle this one instead of giving it to me? Piers,
Can
you
I
wanna handle
just
this one?
talk? So this monster
What did
is
Donald
trying to
Trump-
egg on violence
What did Donald
as we
Trump
speak,
say after very
and he
fine
won't
people?
even let
I'm
me
not
talk.
talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists who should be condemned completely. It's the biggest debunked conspiracy theory of all time. You're still pushing that now? You're still pushing the very fine people hoax
listen,
now? I'm
what-
shocked even for you.
Dave, Dave, shut up and let me answer your stupid question. So on that day, which now we're going back to that for no goddamn reason other than you're trying to get people angry at me for misleading things. Didn't
I'm reading
Donald
your
Trump say there are
titles.
very
You should be
fine
angry
people
at your
on both sides?
titler.
He did. Shut up and let me answer. So did he say there are very fine people on both sides? He did. So that's a fact. Now, who was he referring to? As we've explained on the Young Turks, he might have been referring to the people who were in favor of the Confederacy and came out there to support Confederate generals. I didn't find that to be any better. Those people were in favor of slavery. Those people lynched black people. So I'm not going to ever cheerlead for them, and I'm not ever going to shut
Jake,
up
in the very
about
next
the terrible
sentence, in the
things
very
that
next sentence, did he say,
some
I'm not
people on
talking
the
about the
right
white
say.
supremacists
So
or
you're
the
not going to get me
neo-Nazis
to
who should be
shut
condemned
up,
totally?
and you
I'm like Dave Rubin. I only ever blame the person that carries out the murder. But there's a big but. Where does he get radicalized from? That's all you need to know. Where does he get radicalized from? Who is he listening to? Because if you've got this, Trump is a Nazi, Charlie Kirk is hateful, to someone that is young, impressionable, and hates Charlie or believes that getting rid of Charlie is the answer, what do you think they're going to do? Oh, by the way, we don't like Nazis at all. What did we do to the Nazis in World War II? See what I mean? If you're trying to paint that narrative today, it's dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So Dave going, so do you want to check and in the cause for reconciliation, do you want to delete those videos? That would be the right thing to do, wouldn't it? Oh, no, I can't possibly do that because I'm getting money from them. So what? Do what's right. Do what is right. There is another video that I want to show you as well that, I mean, he recently read the garbage titles about these horrible narratives that are being shared. And then Dave goes one step further. Dave reads out the garbage titles about Charlie, specifically to Cenk Uygur. Have a watch of this.
Well, Piers, it's not even that it's about his actual opinions. It's about the opinions that many thought leaders on the left purport that he has, which are complete lies. So look, I am in somewhat of a reconciliatory mode here. So I'd like to ask Cenk, I have 10 headlines here he has put up about Charlie Kirk. They are on his channel right now, and let's see if Cenk believes that these are true. Charlie Kirk says prominent black women took white people's spots. Charlie Kirk boasts about his all-white basketball team. Charlie Kirk gives piggish advice to high school girls. Ex-employee exposes Charlie Kirk's grift. Charlie Kirk embarrasses himself. Charlie Kirk's brain melts explaining anti-vax conspiracy. Charlie Kirk rants about women in their 30s. Charlie Kirk has literally no clue how the real world works. Charlie Kirk gets triggered, declines appearance over pronouns. Charlie Kirk doubles down on women-hating backlash. I am telling you, Piers, Charlie Kirk was one of the best human beings I ever met. He did not have a bone of racism, misogyny, or anything else in his body. But liars lie, and they gin up otherwise good people. From the little bit we know about this shooter, he had a stable household, he was going to college, he was fine. We'll find out where he got radicalized. But please, please, let's not pretend we don't know where this stuff is coming from. And please, let's not pretend that this thing is going both ways, because it is absolutely not. I also have well, you know what, Cenk, I'll ask you a question directly, actually. Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be martyred? Do you think Charlie wanted to be killed? Yes or no?
Of course not. What kind of asinine question is that?
You don't? You don't? Because that's pretty interesting. Because here's a video of you, Cenk, talking when Charlie was at a breakfast.
For these guys, and they don't deserve it. But I do also want to point out, as they're in the middle of crying now, although Charlie was smiling ear to ear throughout the entire video, thinking, yes, I'm now the victim, and I'll get to claim that my rights have been abridged.
Did you catch the beginning of that, Cenk? Listen, we'll do it again.
No, I didn't, and that's totally out of. No, we're not going to do it again. Totally out of context. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
No. Listen, brother.
Are you trying to get harm on me?
Second.
Is that what you're trying to do, you loser?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No. I'm trying to
do conciliation.
Exactly what
this
people
guy,
like you
look at the last
done.
two things of your last two guests said.
Piers.
Jesus,
no,
man.
what they said was, yes, we should have reconciliation, but it is not without any contrition, right? It's not without a mea culpa. Charlie was accosted by Antifa at a breakfast in Philadelphia, and the video that I just played is you with a cartoon of him as Charlie Brown saying that he would love to be martyred so he could be the victim. Well, I guarantee you his wife, who now doesn't have a husband, and his kids who don't have fathers, did not want him to be martyred.
What you just played isn't what
It's exactly what you said, brother. It's exactly what
it was.
Let's do it again.
No, it isn't. We just heard it. We just heard it.
It's not?
All right, so
it's not?
no,
let's do it again.
Cut this crap out.
Come on,
no,
we'll do it again.
Piers, can we talk about reality? This is something he's going back to like 10 years.
Well, I think Cenk should be allowed to respond.
What I said there.
And they don't deserve it.
It allows for easy martyrdom for these guys, and they don't deserve it. That was when Antifa was going after him at a breakfast in Philadelphia.
Okay, so let's let Cenk respond to that.
No, that was about words, you moron. Okay, Jesus Christ, man. All right, so
easy
now let's
martyrdom.
get to reality, okay?
He literally said, martyrdom. These people would love to be martyred. And guess what, Cenk? Charlie is now a martyr because he was killed by a deranged, radicalized 22-year-old. What's your response to that? Oh, you got angry. You got defensive. Oh, you're trying to put violence on me? Is that what you're trying to do? You know, that's what narcissistic victims do. No, that's not what he's trying to do at all. He's trying to call out something you were responsible for. Not Charlie's death. That's not what I'm talking about. Sharing lies that young people watch. So don't think for 1 second we don't know where this is coming from. You have Tim Waltz, not that long ago, talking about assassination. You have people on the media. And I'm not saying this doesn't happen on the right, because there are people on both sides of the aisle, right, that get radicalized and for whatever reason They love death. They love violence. They're just sick, depraved people. But I'm seeing a lot of people on the radical left, especially when it comes to Israel, talking about commentators, talking about people that they seem to think that they're in the right by spreading a great deal of hatred towards them. And we've got to be so careful. We really do. Doesn't mean you can't call out a person for the things that they've said that are wrong, because we should. We should tell the truth. We should call out lies. But it doesn't mean we share lies about a person. And I'm glad Dave Rubin pretty much humiliated, and it was evident by Cenk's reaction that Dave Rubin literally ripped him a new one. And I've made video after video of Cenk and even Anna. They're both spewing vile hatred towards Jewish people, no less. When you call someone that is not a demon because you feel like it, that's wrong. But these people that are the ones that are celebrating Charlie Kirk, his murder, that's demonic. You've lost all sense of humanity. You're dehumanizing him too, or trying to. That's what we're up against. We're up against evil. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed. And I'll see you all next video.